bipartisan bill. That's what the goal is, and that's what we intend to do, and that's what we will do. It's also going to be good to work with Senator Cruz, with Senator Capito, with Senator Whitehouse. It's going to be good to work with Cantwell, all of them, and I think we will have a very, very good piece of legislation. But thank you for allowing me to be here. This is awesome. This is great. I love the kickoff, and thank you all for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, for those kind words. We expect to move fast to try to keep up with your aggressive time frame for reauthorization. Now I'd like to turn to our final congressional speaker. He is the 7th Congressional District Representative from North Carolina. He is the chairman of the Subcommittee on Highways and Transit in the House Transportation Committee. We are excited to have him here and give us his words. Congressman David Rouzer.
Thank you very much, Sean. I kind of figured that after this lineup of speakers, being the last one to speak is kind of like being the youngest kid at the table. You know, the hamburger's already eaten by the time the plate gets around to you. But so I thought I would share a little story. My staff is probably freaking out because that's not in their speech. By the way, I don't know where your speech is. I didn't get to see it. But you know how they run you ragged around here. Any member of Congress thinks they're the real boss, they haven't figured it out yet, let me tell you the truth. But in any event, this reminds me of the first Trump administration. I got a call from Andrew Wheeler, who was the administrator for EPA. And he said, David, he said, I want to make a farm tour. I said, oh, that's great. And he said, I want to go and see a variety of different farms so that, you know, we have a better understanding here at the EPA of the decisions and the rules that we put into place and how they're affecting, you know, rural America. Which, how often does that happen? I mean, you know. So anyhow, I call a few of my farmer friends and I said, hey, I said, I got a favor to ask of you. I've got the administrator of the EPA wants to come and visit a few farms. And the first guy I called, there was this long pause. And he said, Rouzer, I thought you were my friend. I said, I am your friend. He said, Rouzer, you just told me that you're inviting the administrator of the EPA to my farm. You're not my friend. I said, no, 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 no. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. And so anyhow, we set up these visits. Andrew Wheeler comes out, visits these farms. It was incredible. First time any farmer, it took a few of those farmers a little bit to get over the fact the EPA administrator was coming to their farm. They still weren't quite sure about it. But once he got there and he had this open dialogue and he was listening to the concerns and the challenges and the hurdles that farmers have to face every day. And it was very instructive, you know, moving forward for the EPA. That's exactly what we've got here. Although Sean Duffy is not near as scary to the average farmer out there as Andrew Wheeler, administrator of the EPA. But that relationship was developed. And that's what we're doing here. We're developing the relationships that we need. We're getting the input that we need in order to produce the very best product that we can produce in terms of a surface reauthorization bill. No one is more committed to that than Sam Graves, the chairman of the committee, who has done incredible work all throughout. And I can speak on behalf of the rest of the committee, Republican and Democrat, that we want to get this done, and we want to get it done right. Your input, your advice is incredibly important. And so these type of forums, I can't speak for the administration, obviously, but I certainly can speak for the subcommittee, which I'm honored to chair, thanks to the chairman. We want your input, and we're going to continue to seek your input as we put together a really great bill. And then I'll finish with this thought. You know, we live in the greatest country known to mankind. What we have in this country is really, really special. And by golly, our infrastructure, our roads and bridges, our water and sewer, FAA, airline industry, all of the above, our great mariners, Our infrastructure should reflect the greatness of America. So let's go do it. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Congressman, and obviously we appreciate tremendously the support from the chairman, the committee, the Congress in these efforts. So thank you all for those remarks. I'd like to take a few moments again to thank the Secretary for bringing together this historic meeting here at the Department to discuss this critical moment we find ourselves in regarding surface transportation. I'd like to also thank our featured speakers, Deputy Secretary Steve Bradbury, Chairman Sam Graves, Representative David Rouser, and our honored guests from Congress here with us. I know you all have busy schedules, so I would be remiss if I didn't thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to come here today to listen to this important message and to share in this effort here at the Department. Today is truly an exciting day at the Department. Secretary Duffy will be signing a memorandum of understanding with the Texas DOT to help build infrastructure projects faster. In conjunction with this MOU, the Department is issuing a letter to the governors nationwide urging them to follow the new national template by assuming NEPA responsibilities. The goal is to empower state DOTs to manage their own projects and remove red tape while also cutting unnecessary delays and costs. As the Secretary and the Deputy Secretary pointed out, it is critical that we hear from our stakeholders and the public. Today, the Department has opened an RFI, or a request for ideas, where we ask you to please submit your input for surface transportation reauthorization. It's posted on the DOT website and will be published in the Federal Register in the coming days. The link for everyone to submit comments can be found on the screen behind me, as well as the monitors around the room. We look forward to bringing the best ideas forward in the Department's proposal. As part of my role here at the Department, the Secretary asked me to lead our surface transportation reauthorization efforts across all modes impacted. With your help, we plan to make sure America is building again, safer, greater, and more prosperous than ever before. Thank you all for joining us. We look forward to continuing this dialogue as we plan for the future of transportation. As you're leaving, please take a moment to see the great construction equipment outside provided by DDOT, Wagman Construction, and the American Road and Transportation Builders Association. I'd also like to point out one last thing. For those of you who have been to the building in the past for events, especially in the first term, we used to have like printed backgrounds. I mean, how cool is this screen right here today? So I'd just like to give credit to our team here and the communications team for their great work and everyone who put this event together. Let's give the Secretary and our speakers another round of applause. Thank you all for coming here today.